Okay, so just a couple of simple breath and movement practices. It's really important that we're able to stop what we're doing anytime and go in a different direction, even if it's just for the time it takes to practice 3 or 4 conscious breaths. Now, you might find that if you're sitting at the cubicle at work, you need to take a break. You might look at your phone to take a break, or you might just try taking a couple of deep breaths and focus on the movement of your body. A simple example would be if I was to do a 3-breath pattern, it might look something like this. I'm going to take a nice deep slow breath as I lift one arm. As I bring the elbow back, I feel it stretch across my chest. And as I exhale, my arm comes back down. I might even be able to do this with my eyes closed. With my next breath, again, opening up the other side, get this deep stretch. I can feel all this expansion as the breath comes in, and as I exhale, my arm comes down. For the 3rd breath, I'll move symmetrically, lifting both arms, bringing the elbows back, perhaps lifting my chin, and exhaling, I'm going to bring my arms back down. Now that took, 40 seconds? If I have 3 minutes, I might try and do that same 3-breath pattern, maybe 3 times. You could do that at the cubicle, you can do it while you're sitting at the beach, anywhere, anytime. If you feel stressed or you need to regulate just a little, try and synchronize the movement of the body with the breath. So you might try and find a connection. As you start to move your body, bring the breath in. As I start to exhale, and as I finish exhaling, my hand will touch my leg. To be able to move consciously like that, all of my focus is required. I can't be thinking about work or what the kids are doing. I can't be thinking about anything else other than that coordination of breath and movement. Now, if I've been stressed at work, just being able to take my mind off whatever was giving me that anxiety or that tension or trauma, even if it's just for 3 breaths. In fact, it's mentioned in the Yoga Sutras. Just take a couple of breaths, perhaps even lengthen the time that you're exhaling. Something's going to change. Another simple exercise we might try would be just with the fingers. I do this one all the time when I'm in my car if I'm stopped at, say, a traffic light, for example. And I'm going to keep my eyes open because I don't like to sit at traffic lights with my eyes closed. But anyway, this movement would require simply inhaling as I slide my thumb up and exhaling as I slide my finger down. If I move to the next finger, as I inhale, again sliding my thumb up to the tip, exhaling consciously, again with an intention to coordinate and synchronize. As I breathe in, my thumb slides up. As I breathe out, my finger slides down. And for the 4th breath in the pattern, as I inhale, my thumb will slide up the pinky. And as I exhale, I'm going to try and keep my pinky touching the thumb as it slides down, but it gets pretty challenging as you get to the pinky. This is a great exercise if you're typing all day or if you're doing repetitive movements with your wrist or your hands. For the elderly, this is a wonderful exercise to keep motion through the fingers, but also for anyone who has arthritis of the fingers, this is a great exercise to practice. Now, I did it with my arms raised. You might want to try it just with your hands resting on your thighs. You might even try this simple exercise if you're lying in bed with your hands beside you, perhaps if you're having trouble falling asleep. Just bringing your attention to simple breath and movement synchronicity might be just the key that's required for you to drift off into a comfortable sleep. There are ways that you can modify this pattern. For example, you could inhale and count to 4. You might pause briefly at the top and exhale, count to 6 as your finger slides down. You might again inhale counting to 4, pause, and exhale count to 6 on the way back down. Right across the hand with those 4 breaths. Another way you could modify it would be to say, for example, inhale, count to 6 as you slide your thumb up, and exhale, count to 7 as you slide your finger down. With the next breath, inhale, count to 6, exhale, count to 8. Inhale, count to 6, exhaling, count to 9, and inhaling, count to 6, exhaling, count to 10. So now we've really lengthened the time it takes to exhale, and you might repeat that pattern 3 or 4 times. Again, something will change. If you do something different to your regular patterns of behavior, something will change. It might be different every time you experience it. So give this exercise a try. If at first you don't succeed, try again. You've got your whole life to perfect this experience, right? And there's a reason it's called a practice. Let us know how you go.